Okay, so when I look at Allie and Claire's friendship, there's only one thing that comes to my mind. How were these bitches friends for so long? Number one, they friendship to me never made any sense. Right? I get it. It's the whole opposite attract when it comes to a friendship. I feel like when Claire and Allie first came in, they tried to make it seem like I definitely tried to make it seem like they tried to make it seem like Claire was ugly because she wore glasses. She dressed like she was innocent. She dressed pure. While they went with Allie, she wanted to be sexy. She wanted to be out there. She wanted to have a boyfriend. Claire was all about her schoolwork, her expertise. I definitely feel like they're trying to make it seem like Claire was ugly and Allie was hot. That's some good pop. Excuse me. But when I mean like, how are they friends? I mean like, okay. Do y'all remember that storyline in season 8 where Allie wanted to do more for Claire's appearance and she got jealous when Claire became more prettier than her and all the guys paid more attention to her than they did to Allie. When Allie became jealous that other guys paid attention more to Claire than they did to her. Do you know after she gave Claire her makeover the next day at school, she gonna tell her what is she wearing? Claire was like she wanted to dress pretty for school today, and she said, I thought there was going to be a one-time thing. You're going to be doing this every day. Claire said she just wanted to feel good about herself. I'm thinking like, Allie, hold the fuck on. What you mean what your friend got on? Ain't nothing wrong with your friend want to look pretty, bitch. Are you really mad? Are you jealous? And then she had the nerve to kiss the guy that Claire liked just to get back at her for being pretty and dressing pretty. Like, girl, how petty are you? You're petty as fuck. So to me, that was an indication that how are these bitches friends? And then in season 11, this bitch Claire got mad at Allie for kissing Jake, but didn't get mad at Jake for kissing Allie. I feel like she should have gave both of them the same treatment because they both kissed each other. The nigga she was in love with kissed her best friend. Her best friend kissed the guy that she was in love with. Neither one of them shouldn't gotten a pass. She shouldn't have got mad at Allie, but then was cool with Jake. Like, huh? That shit pissed me off. It really did because I feel like Allie was trying to talk to her, get advice from her best friend, and Claire was making it all about her, being self-absorbed, self-obsessed like usual. She talking about Allie's problems are a big deal because Dave was giving her lax of text while the guy that she's in love with is going to be her stepbrother. Bigger problems over here. I'm thinking like, girl, really? Are you fucking serious? The guy that Allie is in love with, that they took a break, just told her the next scene that he slept with somebody else while they were on break. What? She was trying to tell Claire that she felt like she had a bad feeling because her and Dave didn't talk all like that during the summer, and then when she went to science camp and then when she came back, it just like the communication just stopped. But Claire is just so wrapped up in her own world, trying to make it seem like her problems are bigger than Allie's. She lacked being a friend. She was not there for her like a friend should be. And I was really pissed when she was mad at Allie, but not mad at Jake. And then had the nerve to want to be Allie's friend only because she wanted her to be for the newspaper. Can you believe that? I was so happy when Allie read that bitch down the way she did. Like, when Sav went hard on Allie and told her he was tired of Allie always blaming the boys for her erotic behavior. That's how Allie did Claire. Like, you self-obsessed. You don't care about nobody but yourself. And when I kissed Jake, you should have been mad at him and me, but you got mad at me, let that nigga off the hook. And now the only reason you back in my motherfucking face trying to be my friend again is because you need my help for the newspaper. Bitch, fuck you. Fuck the newspaper. Kiss my ass. Bye, bye, bye. You don't get to pick and choose when you want to be my friend, when it's according to you. Bitch, get the fuck out of my face. Like, it was just funny to me because I feel like, to me, I feel like Claire When she was not being self-obsessed or self-absorbed, she was always there for Allie. I feel like Claire only got that way when she was in relationships. I feel like Claire only got self-obsessed and self-absorbed when she was in relationships. When she had no nigga, she did not talk the way she would talk when she was in a relationship. Like self-obsessed and self-absorbed. She did not talk like that if she wasn't in a relationship. But if she wasn't in a relationship, she was 100% there for Allie. She was there for Allie in her domestic abuse. She was there for Allie after the shit with Drew and her parents looked through her file. She was there for Allie after she thought she caught an STI from Johnny. She was there for Allie when her news was going around, when Johnny sent them to his friend and everybody found out. She was there for Allie. Claire was always there for Allie. The only time I can think of where Allie was there for Claire was in season 12 when she had a sexual harassment storyline. Other than that, Allie wasn't there for Claire when her parents were separating. Allie wasn't there for Claire when she had cancer. Allie was not there. She wasn't. Allie wasn't there when Claire was pregnant and when she miscarried her baby. Instead, you know where this bitch was? This bitch was in the cafe, running her mouth, talking about Claire canceled their plans, or she didn't pick up her phone for them to talk about the prom arrangements. Talk about she wants to act like she's the only pregnant teenager in the world. Like, newsflash, we got bigger things going on here. We got prom to talk about. And y'all know Eli being Eli, he had to walk over to the table and chin check her ass to let her know, you being Claire's best friend, I thought out of anyone, you will understand what the fuck she's going through. Do you know this bitch response was, Claire's not the only pregnant teenager in the world. It's like, girl, where are you coming from? Why you sound mad and jealous? If Claire didn't miscarry her child, why would you still be mad at your best friend for not wanting to do anything with prom? She pregnant. She hormonal. She don't need to be stressed about arguing with your big-headed ass about what decorations we need for prom and what decorations we don't. Anybody got time for that shit? And then until Eli told her that she miscarried a baby and they had a miscarriage, this bitch looked at him silly and then went to go ask Claire how she doing. I just feel like this is the fakest bitch ever. Like, you sit in this cafe talking shit about your friend, not really knowing what's going on. You didn't even try to see what was going on. Instead, you making it seem like she just acting like, oh, her world is... I don't even know what Allie was trying to... I don't even know what she was trying to say, like, talk about she's not the only pregnant teenager in the world. Okay, I get that. I understand that. But where are you getting at? Like, why you going so hard because she canceled plans about not wanting to do anything with prom? Like, this bitch was going so hard. And Allie's domestic abuse storyline, it was written very poorly. But one thing that pissed me off is that how when Jenna and Claire was telling Allie not to marry Leo, Allie is the dumbest bitch to ever step foot in Degrassi. She did a lot of dumb and silly shit. And I feel like had she listened and wasn't so fucking hard-headed, half of the dumb shit that she did, she would not have done. Listen to me, y'all. Listen. When she didn't want Leo to leave because he said he had to go back to France because he didn't have a passport to be in Toronto, right? She came with the idea that they should get married. When she told Claire and Jenna she was going to marry Leo, they told her not to do it. Break up with him and let him leave, because as far as I'm concerned, it was weird for him to travel all the way out here to be with you to begin with. She married Leo, and then literally after she married him, she said something it felt like she regretted because her parents weren't there and that her parents can't know that she got married. And I feel like Leo had every right to be mad, but I don't think he should have put his hands on her at all. I don't agree with domestic violence, but I feel like, why get married if you're going to regret it and you can't tell your parents that you were getting married? Because at this point, Allie's a senior, she's grown, she's like 17, 18, she can make her own choices, right? If getting married to him is what you wanted to do, Why get in the car and say, oh, I can't move in with you. I can't move to France. I can't tell my parents I'm married. It's like, girl, why marry him and then regret it? Like, that was just stupid. Had she listened to Jenna, when Jenna said the first time Leo put his hands on Allie, Allie should have left. She should never have went back. She should have left that nigga alone. She should listen to Jenna. And then when Jenna told Claire what he did, and then she tried to sit there and say Claire and Jenna boyfriends aren't perfect, kind of was still in girls' panties. True, he was. And that Eli drove his car into a wall. And what? Yeah, their boyfriends aren't perfect, but them niggas never strike or put their hands on them. The fuck? And as far as I'm concerned, what Connor was doing, stealing girls' panties, that shit ain't got nothing to do with Jenna. Didn't happen when they was together at all. So, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Taking girl panties. But them niggas never hit their girlfriends, though. So, she's trying to compare, oh, your boyfriends are bad. They're bad. They're really, really bad. Like, girl, what are you talking about? Our boyfriends might have did some shit like Eli drove his car into a wall for Claire. Yes. Toxic. I get that. Connor was stealing girls' panties because he was hormonal. But, like I said, them niggas never hit. Eli never hit Claire. Connor never hit Jenna. So, to sit here and say, oh, their boyfriends are worse than your domestic abuse boyfriend, girl, get the fuck out of here. Like I said, Claire and Allie's friendship never made sense because sometimes it felt like them bitches were never friends towards each other. And I always felt like when Claire hit Allie with the truth, she always tried to hit below the belt because she just didn't want to listen. Half of the shit that happened at Allie's high school year would never happen had she listened to Claire. Because regardless of what y'all can say about Claire and regardless how much I don't like her, she was always a very wise person. She gave advice, but didn't listen to advice if it was given to her. Like, in season 13 with the whole Drew situation. When Allie told Claire to make some space and create boundaries between her and Drew, she should have listened. Had she listened, she never would have she never would have started liking Drew. She never would have broken with Eli because of Drew. But she didn't listen to Allie. And Allie, she was like, you want to be hard-headed? You're going to have to figure out for yourself. Like, you want to break up with Eli and get with Drew or sleep with him, do what you want to do, get pregnant. I told you what to do. You chose not to do it, so I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life. But Claire was always trying to get someone advice, but never listened to advice if it was given to her. They both were hard-headed. Period. Had they sometimes just listened to each other, some of the shit never would have happened in their high school lives. Period. Especially with Allie. Allie was hard-headed as fuck, and they always try to make her blame the boys for why she did some shit. When it's like, no, girl, you wanted to do that. You did a lot of dumb shit, so you could keep those boys. And even when you did that shit, they never really were fucking with you to begin with. So you really the dumb one. But I feel like Allie and Claire's relationship is not a real, genuine friendship. I feel like they kind of fake towards each other. But I definitely feel like Claire was more of a good friend towards Allie than Allie was towards Claire. Like I said, there was sometimes where Claire can be like self-absorbed and self-obsessed. But if Allie needed her, she was there no matter what. Allie was so focused on what boy she finna date next, what boy she finna have sex with next, that sometimes when Claire needed her, she wasn't there. The only two people that was there for Claire when she had cancer was her mother and Eli. I didn't see Allie there for Claire up until she got remission. So I'm not trying to hear that shit. Not trying to hear it. Allie was never there for Claire. The only time Allie was there for Claire was in her sexual harassment storyline. Anything other than that, she was never there for Claire in any other storyline. Nope, not when she really needed her friend. And if we being honest, Allie and Jenna felt more like best friends to each other than Claire and Allie. I mean, Jenna was living with Allie, so they had that chance to get closer. And whenever Allie felt like Claire was being judgmental, she went to Jenna for a second judgment. And I think with Jenna kind of gave her the advice she wanted to hear, not the advice she needed to hear. So I definitely feel like Jenna and Allie were more best friends to each other than Allie and Claire. That's just my opinion, but that's just my video for today, y'all. Catch y'all on my next one.